Hello, welcome to today's upload. Today we're going to look at and discuss descriptive writing. This is a bit of a how-to guide, how to answer the questions, how to do descriptive writing. In our English language, regardless of what exam board you may be studying, you will be asked to do descriptive writing, creative writing, write a story, or write a description. In other papers you'll be asked to do transactional writing. We will look at today the descriptive side of this. So the first thing we need to do is look at some of the questions. Questions are quite simple. Describe a journey by bus as suggested by this picture, and then a picture of passengers on a bus. It could be about anything. The key word highlighted in red is as suggested. You do not have to write a description of the exact picture that is put in front of you on the exam paper. It says as suggested, so suggested a bus journey. The picture is there to help you. You can talk about the picture, you can add things, you can be creative, make things up that are in the picture that we might not be able to see in the angle of the camera. What's outside the windows, what are they looking at? Other examples: the fairground, the train station, the seaside. The gates could be going into a graveyard. You have a variety, and these are good pictures for you to practice. So you can look at this video, pause it on this screen, and maybe at the end of this have a go at doing your own description using some of these pictures and the formula that I'm going to give you shortly. Now, quick and easy way to answer this. There's a picture of a seaside. Write a description of a holiday at the beach. Now what you can do, if you want to be quick, is just draw your lines and split the picture into 6 different sections and 1 paragraph on each section. That's a really easy way to do it. Not the most recommended, the best way, but it is a way to do it. If you want to be quick and want to do it that way, we can do that. What we could do is the arrows. So what are we going to talk about? Right, we've split into 6 sections. Let's look. So if we look at the very bottom, we've got a family sitting down having a picnic. Could write a really nice paragraph about the family, the food, what they're having in the picnic. We could write about, we've got a boy leaning over, what's he watching, what's he thinking, what's he planning. Could write a description of what's going on in the boy's head, his thoughts. We've got the sky and clouds and kites and objects. It's always a good idea to try and vary your paragraph, so we don't just want to write about the man sat on the chair, the boy peering over, the man with the rucksack walking. So we've got a person, a person, a person. We want to make it a little bit more broad. We have, let's for example, got the buildings over there. We've got very far in the distance, we can zoom out and see the sea. We might have someone paddling, we might have someone on a lilo, children playing there. So we could do the sea, the kites, and the family sitting down. We have a variety of choices. So if you do get stuck looking at the picture, split the picture into sections. What is happening? What is there in each section? And pick a few to talk about. That's the basics. However, we need a formula. So we're going to write in paragraphs. First thing paragraphs is we need to think about our technical accuracy. Remember our assessment objectives, why we are doing this exam paper, because we want to pick up marks. So one of the assessment objectives in AQA or 6 is technical accuracy. If you look at my previous upload, Creative Writing, the quick win 1, what to include in paragraphs, we focus on that. So technical accuracy is things like sentence types. There is an upload on sentence types also that you can look at. The range of punctuation, the spelling and the wow words, the ambitious vocabulary that we use. We can see them on the quick wins writing and the quick wins sentence types. While talking about sentence types, I'm a big fan of Alan Peart and his exciting sentences. The absolute fantastic, brilliant range of sentences that we can use, and I've used some of them in the formula that we're going to look at below. So firstly, first paragraph. If we are not going to section the picture off into the 6 scenes and we want to write and we want a formula, we can do it in 6 paragraphs. Paragraph 1 is our introduction. We zoom out, we look at the whole picture and we write a brief description of what we see. We're going to include sensory language. Sensory language, what we see, hear, touch, taste and smell. We're going to include a tell show 3 sentence. See the sentence upload, and again reference to Alan Peart and his exciting sentences. So the first paragraph, an overall summary of the picture with sensory language. I'm going to try and fit in a tell show 3 sentence type. Paragraph 2, we're going to zoom in on a person. Zoom on a person. Zoom in on a person. Include a language technique. If we're talking about people and we're describing a person, a simile or a metaphor are really good language techniques. The sentence type, a nap. What is a nap? Again, look at the sentence upload. Name, adjective, pair, sentence. They are covered in other videos. Paragraph 4, very important. We think in structure in our creative writing. We talked about AO6 technical accuracy. When we look at a piece of writing, we do not want to see a 5-sentence paragraph followed by a 5-sentence paragraph followed by a 5-sentence paragraph. We want variety in the size and length of our paragraphs. We are writing for effect. So by putting a 1-sentence paragraph in, straight away our eyes, as we look at the work on the paper, we can see that you're writing for effect. So a 1-sentence paragraph is a very nice technique to place in the middle of our writing, whether it's a story, a description or transactional. A 1-sentence paragraph, I'm a big fan of seeing them, and in this case we could make that 1-sentence paragraph a metaphor. In transactional writing we could use a rhetorical question. Paragraph 5. Now we focus on something in the distance. So we've zoomed in on a person, we've zoomed in on an object. Now we're zooming out and we're focusing on the distance. Something far away. Could be one of the kites flying in the sky on that picture of the seaside. It could be a seagull resting on a rock. It could be something in the sea. Something in the distance. Language technique, let's try and chuck in some onomatopoeia. And the sentence type, a what plus exclamation sentence. Now these are sentence types that I've put in the formula and language techniques. I think the language techniques that I've chosen go specifically with what I am talking about. They fit nicely. The zoom out on an object or the zoom in on an object and use personification. They link quite nicely together. You can change them. Paragraph 6, the last paragraph. What we do is we zoom out again, very similar to paragraph 1. Where we zoomed out and we talked about the whole picture. In paragraph 6 we do the same. We zoom out, we again use our sensory description, our sensory language, and we can use some of the words and some of the phrases from paragraph 1. It's our summary, it's our end. Usually in a description, time doesn't change. We are describing an image suggested by the picture that the exam board give us, but time might slightly change. The weather might slightly be changing and people might be starting to pack up and leave the beach. We can just have very small fractional changes in time in our description. And to look at this as a whole, rather than have each slide, it is there for you, the practice. So the task might be to look at some of the images in the early pictures. So if we go to these slides, the 4 images there, that slide there, Google is fantastic. Google images, have an idea, pick an image, and then using this formula we can write our descriptive writing. You will need to go over the upload on sentence types and the upload on paragraphs. Now I am uploading very short videos as well as more detailed videos like this. On this video we could have zoomed in on the exam boards and looked at exactly what the assessment objectives are. However, we don't need to do that. It is all placed. If you follow these formulas and these systems, you will gain a lot higher marks than you would have gained without a formula. So have a go. Look at the formula, look at the pictures, have a blast, see how you do. Please like and subscribe.